He was anxious to record events in the resort in the late 1960s, and this sequence showing the busy auctioneering in the harbour is typical of his focus on detail and people. Although quite a few of these people will have passed on, there will be quite a number who are now in their 60s and 70s and must remember those active times. Shellfish shops are still here, but many with different names. The South Bay continues today much as it did then, with the hundreds of sun worshippers in the summer, though swimwear has changed a bit and donkey rides are still popular. The Dear Coronia still plies the area, taking us down south and even up north to Cloughton area. Sadly, in 2012 the new restrictions still meant that the trip up to Whitby, which was a very popular trip, was not allowed under new EU regulations. But Corrigan's amusement park was a big feature, and it's now occupied by the Sea Life Centre. There was even an hotel in the form of the Scorby Mills Hotel. The very popular feature, as you can see here, full of activity in the summertime with families galore enjoying it. The miniature railway still runs from Northstead Manor Gardens through to Scorby Mill as it does today, having started in the early 1930s. What an achievement! It's now run by a private company when Scarborough Council decided to offload it. Peaceholme Park over the road from Northstead Manor Gardens has been a hive of activity since it started to be developed by Harry W. Smith in 1908. The naval warfare event is unique, and this has been presented for over 80 years. Neil took his cine-camera out in the early summer morning to show the South Bay being prepared for another busy day. The central station, with its coaches instead of taxis of today, shows crowds arriving for their stay in the resort. Day trippers found themselves being dropped off at Lonsborough Road Station, a short distance away. This closed many years ago. The Grand Hotel was the largest in Europe when it was first built, indicating just how many were visiting Scarborough and the number of people who could afford this prestigious place at that time. Back to the South Bay, which shows a busy summer day. Yachts have been in the harbour for some long time, but at least half of the harbour was commercial for fishing boats and cargo boats in the 1960s. Jimmy Corrigan's Luna Park was just as active as it is today, though nowadays it's owned by Tubies. The bus transport at that time was run by the United Company. The Spa Suncourt has been a popular music area throughout its life, and the renowned and unique Spa Orchestra playing here in 1969, and the only such orchestra organised by Scarborough Council, celebrated its 100th anniversary in 2012. A fantastic achievement and still going strong. And rubbing shoulders with the Spa is the South Bay swimming pool. Look what life was there in the 1960s. The South Bay swimming pool ended its life over 20 years ago and has now been filled in. A unique illuminated star map can be seen at night where the pool used to be. This is the famous Holbeck Hall Hotel, famous for the fact that it slid down the embankment between the 3rd and the 5th of June 1993, fortunately without loss of life. Nowadays the embankment has been strengthened and supported with Norwegian boulders at the base. Anne Bronte's gravestone in 1968. It shows an incorrect age of 28 when she was actually 29. Like a good many other towns, Scarborough went into pedestrianisation, but here are shots in the 60s when Aberdeen Walk was fully trafficked. And here is Westborough busy with its cars and buses. The mere lies almost 2 miles from the town centre, but was bustling with water activities in the 60s with its children's boats. What was particularly popular was sailing on the modern ship Hispaniola to an island where children could attempt to find golden doubloons. Those were the days. A dry ski slope also existed on the hillside, close to the mere, and this, you can see, was also a very popular activity for adults and children alike. Oliver's Mount has been a mecca for motorbike racing since it was initiated by Scarborough Council to welcome servicemen back home, and it remains a popular spot today. These shots, taken in 1969, show some breathtaking action. Scarborough Cricket Ground has been a popular sporting arena for many years, and here we see what is probably a test match in the late 60s with Gary Sobers. This was one of the early caravan parks, known as Dennis's. The Blue Dolphin is now on the site. Day excursions from Scarborough were popular, run by the United Bus Company, and one of the nearby places to visit was the emerging Flamingo Park Zoo. It staged Wild West gunfights, and they looked pretty impressive. Back to Scarborough, and on the South Bay, the amusement arcades are busy with punters striving to make their fortune for the amusement arcade owners. And what about the nightlife in Scarborough at that time? Well, it was emerging and developing to create a wide variety of experiences. What started as the Dutch festival became known as the Benelux Carnival and was a big event in the Scarborough 60s calendar. It was usually held in June.